Yo, what's poppin'? Want to talk to y'all today about age dating. Now, in the perfect world, I must say this clearly because, you know, people try to make you look like something you're not, or make others look like something they're not. So I don't want my message to get twisted. And since I don't want my message to get twisted, I must say off the top, I am not saying that you should date younger people. I'm not saying you should date older people. I am not saying that younger women are better than older women. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just going to speak pure facts. And if they bother you, it is what it is. Right? In a perfect world, if you are an older guy in the perfect world, well, there's a few things in a perfect world. In a perfect world, you meet your high school sweetheart like LeBron James and you still together. That's the perfect world. If I had an ideal woman, that would be it. Like, I meet my woman in high school, and honestly, if I really had a choice, I meet only lost my virginity to her and be with her forever. That's my choice. But that's not reality, is it? Right? That's not reality, is it? But if I had a choice, so I don't want people trying to flip my shit and flip my message. If I had I'm going to say it one more time before I get into this video. If I had a choice in a perfect world, I would be with the woman who I love. I would lose my virginity to a woman and be with her forever. But that's not the truth. That's not what it is, right? Also, in the perfect world, if you're an older guy, the older woman is really the better choice for you. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. See, there's always a problem with this shit. The older, if in a perfect world, the older woman would be the better choice. And if the older woman preserves herself, like a Janet Jackson or some shit like that, she is the better choice. That's no knock on no younger women, because a younger woman could be on her shit and the older woman not be. So that's no knock on you if you're younger. I'm not here to knock on an older woman or a younger woman. But in my perfect ideal world, an older woman who preserves, say you're still single at 40 because younger, or because when you was younger, women wanted older men or they wanted to sleep with bad boys and you just stayed single, right? Say you stay single until you're 40. Ideally, in my idea, a perfect woman for you would be a woman who is around your age, who preserved herself. But that's not how this works, is it? The problem is, women, when you're 20, let's say you're 18 to 25, and the women are 18 to 25. I ain't even gonna say 25. Let's just go a little bit younger. Let's go 18 to 21. You a man, she's a woman, 18 to 21. The problem is, the younger, or the women want the older men who are established. They don't want your 18 to 21 year old ass, right? Because these older guys, 30 years old or whatever, they got it all going on and you just now starting. You're not in your prime yet, they pretty much are. So the women have bitten that apple, right? You was nothing. You're 18, y'all both the same age, you're nothing, I'm picking the older guy, right? It was all good. You had to take that shit on the chin like, fuck. All the older men with the cars and shit getting all the women. And they my age. They getting the women my age, right? Keep in mind, 18 to 21. Yeah, everybody leaving now because they don't want to hear this truth. But we about to speak this truth today because I'm tired of hearing the man dates a younger woman because of this or that, which sometimes it could be true. Not every man dates a younger woman, woman younger than him because of that, though. Neither does every woman date a younger man because of certain shit that I be hearing. But we're going to talk about all this shit today. All right, we got it established that we're talking about you 18 to 21, she 18 to 21. You don't have, let's just say you got a little job at Burger King. You 18 to 21, no car yet, you catching a bus, right? The problem is you got the 25 to 30 year olds, they got cars, they got jewelry, they the dope boys, they winning, right? She going after them. You're nobody to her. Not every woman, but majority of women, especially the ones who are mad at the younger men who date younger women now. We're going to get back to that in a minute. We're going to get to why they really don't like it, all right? So, what was the problem then? Why wasn't it a problem then when the women was overlooking us at 18 to 21 and dating 30-year-old men because we catching the bus and we work at Burger King? Why was it okay then? I'm just wondering. Can someone please answer to me? Why is that okay? And for the record, if I had like an 18-year-old daughter, I would probably prefer her to be with a dude in college more established, to be honest. I'd probably prefer her to be with a 25-year-old dude more than someone her age. That mainly because, not always, it depends on if that guy her age is really on his shit and he really look like he's going somewhere, then maybe I would probably lean more towards someone her age. But if it's a older guy, 25 or something like that, and he's on his shit, he got a smart mind and shit, I think I'd probably want my daughter to date that guy. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to matter the older they get anyway. That's just being honest. She's 21, he's 27. That don't mean nothing. Like, it don't mean nothing, especially if this guy is doing some shit with his life. But, like I said, I'm going to get back to this. Everything I'm going to come back in a circle to, because I'm going to be in a circle with this shit. So the women did not care when they was younger, when they was the prime, when they was in their prime. You know, every woman's prime's a little different. I get it. So we're not going to argue that, right? But for the most part, a woman's prime is probably, because remember, she gets judged off of her looks. Like it or not, most men are going to judge a woman off of her looks. That's how they determine whether a woman's valuable or not. It doesn't mean, in reality, that's how valuable a woman is or not. I didn't say that. I said how the sexual market value of, because remember, you're selling a product to men. You're not selling the product to yourself. So you just got to take that on the chin. Men judge women off of what they look like. You can't do nothing about it. If you want a man, that means you're selling that product to a man. So you have to comply to what the customer wants. That's just how this shit goes. So the customer wants a good-looking woman, right? So therefore, she's in her prime from 18 to maybe 30. If she does the right thing and doesn't look at that shit, man. Stupid motherfucker, man. Stupid ass people. This is how accidents happen. Stuff like that. That dummy right there, man. This is a dumb ass motherfucker, man. Dumb. Can't stand people like that, man. Jeopardizing people's lives before your dumb ass. Anyways, y'all, this is what I go through sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't like when somebody jeopardizes somebody's life. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to what I was saying. A woman is selling herself to the man. The woman's the product, the man is the customer. So even though looks don't determine, in my opinion, if a woman's more valuable than the next or not, that's not how it goes in the market. The man is going to look at the looks. So therefore, the woman's prime is from like 18 to 30 if she does good. Not saying that there ain't no Janet Jacksons out there. There are. Sometimes a woman could be 35 and look better than women in their 20s. So stop nitpicking. I'm not here to nitpick. I'm here to get the point across, right? The woman's looks is what determines her value, right? So when she was at her peak and in her prime, you know, when everybody was at the grass of her feet, falling down like little beta male bitches, right? She didn't want you. She didn't want that 18 to 21 year old when she was 18 to 21. Not all of them, but the majority. Because a man's value is based off of what? His success and what he can provide, right? Well, you're 18 to 21. You're probably catching a bus. You still working at Popeyes. You ain't even dug in the surface yet, dog. You haven't even done. Now you got LeBron James out this motherfucker too, though. So don't get it twisted. LeBron James a millionaire at 18. I ain't saying that it don't happen, but for the majority, young men 18 to oh shit, the train left. Young men 18 to 21, they ain't even touching the surface yet. Compared to a man like 25, to 30, women are going to go after those older men. Now let's fast forward time, right? Let's fast forward time. Remember, the women didn't want the 18-year-old men, the 18 to 21, and she's 18 to 21. Remember, in her prime, keep all this in mind. She's in her prime, meaning look-wise, because sexual market value. I didn't say it, the market says it. She's in her prime, and she's 18 to 21, and the guys are 18 to 21. Majority of women are not looking at you. She's looking at the 25 to 30-year-old, the one with the car, not the one catching the bus, right? Ain't too many Savannah Jameses out this motherfucker. There ain't too many, whatever her name is, LeBron's wife out this motherfucker. Ain't too many of them, right? So she goes after the older guy. I keep saying this because I'm kind of using my brain watching this traffic. This traffic kind of weird today. They go after the older guy instead of you. Now let's fast forward time. When her prime is she still could look good, because I don't want women to jump on here and say that I said that a woman after 30 is ugly. I didn't say that. I never said that. I never said a woman after 30 is ugly. But we're going to go by the majority, and we're going to go by looks, because that's what it's based off of in the sexual market value with the woman, right? So now she's 30, right? Or 30 plus, right? Now, the guy that she wanted to wait on her, right? The guy that she didn't want at 18 to 21, we keeping this in mind, right? I hope y'all follow me. The guys that she didn't want, that was her age, because she wanted the older one with the more money and whatever the case, whatever it is, right? Now she's 30 and she's mad at that 30-year-old guy because 30 to 40-year-old guy. She's mad at him because he has the capability of pulling. He's 30 to 40. He could pull from 18 to 30. Now she's mad and shaming him. You want to know why she's shaming him now? Because she expected for them guys, them I don't want him. He not good enough. I want the bad boy first, and then I'm gonna make you wait. She didn't want those guys. She expected those guys to wait on her when she's done playing with the bad boy, right? Now I'm gonna go after the guy. I'm gonna let you build yourself up, because remember, 18 to 21, you just starting. You're not built yet. But by the time you're 30, I'm hoping you built, or you're building. Now you're established. Now you're good enough, right? And I'm done playing with the older guys that was older than me. Now I want a guy more my age. But the problem is, I done probably had like 5 kids. I done dealt with too many bad boys and shit. And I'm not trying to knock anybody for their choices in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm just trying to make a point of why maybe a man might choose a younger woman. Because they love to say that it's because of manipulation. Some men, yes. But not every man chooses a younger woman because of manipulation. A lot of men have been shitted on by women the whole time. And by the time they 30, they in their prime. Why the fuck would I choose you? Why should I choose you in my prime when you didn't let me have you in your prime? That's what a lot of men are thinking. So, okay, I'm gonna get the 25-year-old. And the 35-year-old woman don't like that. Because she now knows, she knows what it's like to be the younger woman, and the older woman got shitted on. Let's say that again. The 35-year-old now knows what it was like to be the 25-year-old who got picked over the 35-year-old. Now she's the 35-year-old not getting picked by the 25-year-old. And I'm not saying that a 25-year-old by default is better than a 35-year-old woman. I'm just giving y'all the reasons why they hate it. Remember the title. It didn't say the older woman's not better. In a perfect ideal world, I've already said this, an older woman's probably the better choice. But it has to be an older woman that preserved herself. You see what I'm saying? If you told me you could pick this 35-year-old or this 25-year-old, and the 35-year-old preserved herself, I'm picking her, because really she's better than the 25-year-old because her mind, she's been through more, she's more mature. But you gotta, and she preserved herself, so she still has the physical attributes. She might still be able to have kids or something. That's another thing. Men want kids too sometimes, so they go after younger women. You already committed and had 3 or 4 kids with another guy. Now you want this guy who you shitted on and nobody wanted until he got 30 and got on his shit. Now he's supposed to pick one of these women that shitted on him the whole time. Does that make sense? Even a woman, if she really keeping it real, will say that don't make no sense. But they're not going to do that because they can't admit that they fucked up, right? And they still fucking up. You still have older women still fucking up, still picking the bad guy, Still overlooking the good guy. Still shitting on the good guy. Right? Who is a good guy? A guy that actually likes her. It don't matter if he sells drugs. It don't matter. None of that matters because we all have good and bad. A good guy is simply a guy that likes the girl, that don't want to hurt the girl. That's a good guy. A bad guy is simply a guy that I just want to fuck and that's it. Unless the woman just wants to fuck, that's different. But I'm talking about if the woman actually looking for a guy and all he wants is pussy, that's a bad guy. I don't care if he's a good person or not. It don't matter, right? But then, guess what else is going on? Not only are they getting mad at the younger or the older men now who preserve themselves, because men can fall off too. Not only are these older women getting mad at the older, let me back up a little bit. The reason why they're mad at the men their age now is that preserve themselves is because these guys are the catch now. See, women are not dumb. Women know that an older man is the better choice, just like I know, ideally, an older woman is the better choice. But if I can't find an older woman on my standards, then I would go lower. I wouldn't try to go too low, but I would go as low as I possibly had to go. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to women, they know the older man who preserved himself, that they made weight and was hoping that was be at the finish line when they was done dealing with Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. They know that that's the man now. But the problem is, she's not that woman now. She's not in her prime now. He is. That's the issue. Feminist movement lied to the women, telling them, don't get a man yet. Wait until you have your fun, then get him. That's you can have your fun and have a boyfriend. If you can't have a man and still have fun in life, then you're with the wrong guy. You still should be able to feel like you having fun without doing belligerent, destructive behavior. But the problem is they want the destructive, belligerent behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they want. They young, you know, they don't think, you know, they think they're going to die tomorrow and all kind of shit. But since the guy who preserved himself and wasn't wanted, since he's the better catch now, they mad because they made the wrong choice. They chose Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, and Tyrone. And Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, and Tyrone is no longer, they're no longer in their prime. They done destroyed themselves. If you're a guy and you getting a lot of women and shit in your younger years and shit, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna destroy yourself because you're not mature enough to handle that. You know what I mean? Just it's no different than an NBA player like a LeBron. He can get pussy anywhere, right? But he's mature enough to, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with this girl. This girl been with me forever. Then you got other men, they not mature enough. So what do? They cheat on their wives and now they in court for rape and all kind of shit, right? Well, sometimes, a lot of times, should I say, when a guy is able to get a lot of women at a younger age, he's not really equipped to handle that shit. So he destroys himself. He ends up on drugs and all type of shit. A bunch of kids out of wedlock and shit, you know, all type of shit, right? So by the time he's 30, he's out of his prime too. Because keep in mind, a woman's prime is earlier than a man's prime 9 times out of 10. So that means while she's shining when you're 18 to 21, you got to sit back and just take it on the chin like, damn. Because the other guys are ahead of you. The other guys are in their prime. You're not. So the most women are going to go after them. Now what happens later is you're in your prime. These women aren't. So they want you to still pick them. And it's okay. It's a good idea if the woman preserved herself and didn't completely destroy herself. You know, nobody's perfect. But if an older woman pretty much preserved herself to a certain extent, maybe she was in long-term relationships, you might have, that's probably your better choice than a younger chick. But if not, then you might as well just roll the dice and just choose a younger chick. Because, I mean, if she already then destroyed herself, she was out there just with every guy, every man, you might as well just go young and roll the dice, bro. But if she's an older woman, maybe she's in a long-term relationship or some shit, that could be a good thing. I think you're better off choosing an older woman because she's more on your level. But sometimes you got younger women on a higher level than a younger or older woman. Sometimes younger men are more mature than older men or on a higher level than older men. But let me get to this point and I'm getting off this shit. Not only are they shaming you for dating the younger women, if you are a guy and you preserve yourself and you don't want to settle for women who have committed to having 4 or 5, 10 kids by this guy and slept with every guy you know and all that. Not only are they shaming you for not wanting to choose that, and let's keep in mind, she also probably ignored you and shitted on you and didn't want you. Let's not forget that one. Because, you know, you was just a lame back then. Now you the shit. The good guy, the good black guy or any good guy is a lame at first, you know, but then later in life when she's trying to settle down and find a provider and shit, now you the best thing smoking. But in reality, she still wants the bad guy behind your back. So you better watch that. But not only are they shitting on you for having standards, they are also choosing younger men now. You're going to see a lot of older women choosing younger men because what they're trying to do is either they're trying to manipulate like they claim you are, and some of y'all men are choosing younger women to manipulate. But you got some men just doing it because of standards. Like, okay, she can have my kid and she's not defiled in her mind yet. She's 20, 27. She's in nursing school and all that. She's got a head on her shoulder. Why would he not do that? Why would a 35-year-old man not do that? I don't get it. Why would he choose a woman who shitted on all the good men, obviously, because she has 4 kids out of wedlock? Think about it. Would you, if you're a woman watching, would you do that? I don't think you would. Let's be honest, you wouldn't do it, right? But now you're going to see the women dating younger men. But they'll shame you for it, dating younger women. You know what I mean? And the reason why they're going to do that is because the older men that they really want now, the men that preserve themselves, not the Pookie, Ray, Chad, and Tyrone, the solid men that were smart and preserved themselves, the men in their prime now, in their 30s and shit, those are the hot commodity that the women thought was going to be there at the finish line. And that's why they pissed off at these guys and telling them you shouldn't date younger women because they understand what it's like to be the younger woman versus the older woman. They know. They've been there. Nothing new under the sun, right? But they're not going to go after younger men because these older men actually look for more than just looks in a woman. Therefore, he can see the worth of certain women who have destroyed their worth. Versus a young man, he just wants some pussy or something. He don't look at it that way. Versus the older men. So now she's going to go after the younger men. And sometimes it could be because, you know, maybe an older man, he's having a problem sexually and supposedly the younger man ain't and all this other shit, which is probably a lie because according to stories that women tell me throughout my life, motherfuckers young as fuck and still need gas station pills and shit. So, I don't know. You tell me. I think it's manipulation, and I also think that the world has ran dry. In other words, the men in her prime, the men in their prime, around her age, she can't get now. She could get them when she was younger, but now that she's older, she can't get them now because the younger women can get them. It's the same cycle. Just like when she was younger and she was getting the older men and shitting on you, the guy her age, now she's older, right? And the younger women are getting the men her age. So she ain't got nothing to choose from. So now they're desperate and they're going to go after younger men. You're going to see it a lot more. You're going to see it a whole lot more. And I say to you, if you're a younger man, you're a fool if you do that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I also say if you're a younger woman, you are a fool if you shit on these younger guys your age. That's a more ideally choice for you. Not an older guy. You should be trying to grow with somebody more your age. But you're not. You're going to do the same thing the other women did, you know, that are older. I already know you're going to do it. And you're going to fall by the sword, unfortunately. I'm going to make this video to try to help. But, you know, motherfuckers, it's in one ear out the other. They're not going to listen. But, hey, you can't say I didn't make it. So when I die, at least I put some energy out in the world to maybe it helps somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you're a younger woman, don't go down that path. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's an older guy that trying to have a family and shit like that, you might be all right that way. But other than that, you know, if it seems like the guy trying to manipulate or use you because you're younger, I wouldn't do that. You're still better off probably choosing a younger guy. You know, a lot of y'all are scared to ride the wave with the guy. You scared to be LeBron James' wife. You know, what if he don't make it? He might not make it. Oh shit, he had a bad game. He hurt. let me go look for another guy. Nah, you got to ride that wave, man. You got to ride that wave, man. It's till death do part. Jumping ship it's some bullshit. You can't do that. But anyways, man, they're going to go after the younger ones, and they're going to keep shaming the men for it. And it's crazy because they used to be the same ones who do the same shit. That's what's so crazy about it. And before I go, if I had an 18-year-old daughter and there was an 18-year-old guy who's in trouble and not about shit in his life, and there was a 25-year-old guy, you know, about to be a doctor and shit, and he really trying to have a woman, you know what I mean? He's not really out there doing bullshit. I would probably tell her, maybe you take your time with the motherfucker, but maybe that's the better choice for you. Because when they get older, what, he gonna be 32, she gonna be what, 25? It don't even matter. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say I'm being hypocritical or any of that. I just said, even if I had my own daughter, right? So I understand to a certain extent why women do it, but when you pick the wrong one and it backfires, don't try to flip the script and then try to make it seem like men are wrong for doing it, or younger women, because a lot of times they even shame the younger women for doing it. But you was the same younger woman. And personally, I feel like ideally, if you're an older man, look for a woman who has preserved herself to a certain extent. Not perfectly, but you know, just like you're not perfect. If you are an older guy, an older woman's a better choice for you, but you have to find one that preserved herself. If not, then you just gotta keep bumping down until you can find one that fits. You might have to go down 8 years or so. It suck. It's gonna suck because she might not be on your level, but then again, she might be. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta look for certain things in a woman. You gotta look and see if she really a grown man. She's 27. She's already damn near about to be a lawyer and shit like that. You got women 40 years old not even touching that. Not even near that. So you can't say that all the time, right? I would like to end this video by saying, me personally, if I had a choice between a good woman, 25, okay, she's good, she's going to school and all that, and a woman that's 35, same thing, and preserved herself like a 25-year-old, I'm picking a 35-year-old. So for anybody who tries to shame my shit or twist my words or twist my message, you just heard what the fuck I just said. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm just pointing out facts. You know, people love to twist facts and hide from facts because it hurts. Well, it is what it is. If it takes hurting you, spitting facts to save younger people and make younger people think, then that's what I got to do. Because that's what I'm put here for. I'm not put here just to make my life better. I'm put here to make everybody's life better if I can. If I can reach a person, you know? Y'all have a great day.